Ancient North Arabian is a language known from fragmentary inscriptions in modern-day Iraq, Jordan, Syria and Saudi Arabia, dating to between roughly the 8th century BC and the 6th century AD, all written in scripts derived from epigraphic South Arabian. Pre-Classical Arabic, the predecessor of Classical Arabic, seems to have coexisted with these languages in Central and North Arabia. However, Arabic remained exclusively a spoken language until it was first attested in an inscription in Qaryat al-4 in the 1st century BC. Dialects. Ancient North Arabian includes a number of closely related extinct dialects of pre-Islamic Arabia, summarized as Ancient or Old North Arabian. Oasis North Arabian Dumeritic, known from a few inscriptions found at the Oasis of Saqqara Tamanitic. Known from hundreds of short inscriptions in and around the Oasis of Tamar Dardanitic. Known from inscriptions at the Oasis of Dardan. This dialect was formerly divided into Dedanite and Lithyanite based on the Dedan and Lithyan kingdoms respectively. Dardanitic is the only ancient North Arabian dialect with the large numbers of surviving monumental inscriptions. Dispersed Oasis North Arabian, a catch-all category for brief texts from outside of Arabia, principally Mesopotamia, which used varieties of the Oasis North Arabian alphabet. Safetic, known from tens of thousands of graffiti concentrated in the Harat ash-Shama volcanic field in the Syro-Arabian desert. Hismaic, known from inscriptions in the Hizma sand desert of southern Jordan and northwest Saudi Arabia. Thamudis, an interim, catch-all category for inscriptions that don't belong to the categories above but are awaiting classification. These texts are roughly divided into Thamudis B, C, D, and Southern Thamudis. Tamanitic was formerly grouped as Thamudis A. Hismaic was formerly grouped as Thamudis E. Hassitic, known from 40 or so inscriptions, mostly gravestones, at sites like Thajen Katif in the present-day eastern province of Saudi Arabia. It is provisionally considered an ancient North Arabian dialect, but unlike the others it used the ancient South Arabian alphabet with minor adaptations. Characteristics. The main characteristic differences between Classical Arabic and Ancient North Arabian. The definite article is hn in Ancient North Arabian and al in ca. However, the oldest evidence of both articles occurs in the 5th century BC, in the epithet of a goddess which Herodotus quotes in its pre-Classical Arabic form as Alalate, and which occurs in its ancient North Arabian form as Hnlt in a number of Aramaic inscriptions. Both mean, the goddess. Verb morphology differences regarding weak roots and roots with a doubled consonant. Ancient North Arabian Banaya becomes Bana in ca, and Bayata becomes Bata and Aslala becomes Azala. In Dedanite, verb stem iv can occur in the form haval and uhafil. Dedanite also uses the classical form of verb stem iv. As in Classical Arabic, the common word order in Ancient North Arabian is VSO, but most Dedanite inscriptions show SVO order. Most ancient North Arabian languages have 28 consonantal phonemes. There are, however, some variations in the S sibilants among ancient North Arabian languages and Classical Arabic. Tamanite has only 27 phonemes. Phoneme nasal assimilation of the vowel lis n occurs in some ancient North Arabian languages. Intaza, wait, becomes itazar, and bnt, daughter, becomes bt. Safetic shows considerable alternations in roots between w and y, e.g., wrh which becomes yrh, month. Safetic and Hismaic show a y where ca has a oith, such as a ca sama which occurs as smy. This y could also indicate a diphthong. Compound names are more frequent in ancient North Arabian, and occur in a manner similar to that found in Northwest Semitic names. For example, El-Rim, which means high LNTNNTNL, which means ill has given, equivalent of Nathaniel. SLMN Mount SLMNTNYHYTN Mount, which means the one who assists Nemat *. Uhata being the imperfect aspect of detonite verb stem iv, hrstn mount n mount, caret asterisk and nemat being deity names. Writing system. The ancient North Arabian alphabets are a group of related alphabets used to write all of the ancient North Arabian dialects except Hittite, which used the ancient South Arabian alphabet. The names of the alphabets match the names of the dialects they represent. Letters Tamanitic had 26 or 27 letters, while the other alphabets generally used 28 letters. All the letters represent consonants. Vowels were not indicated, although some Dardanitic texts make limited use of matrilectionized to mark long vowels. Direction Dumeritic and Dardanitic were typically written right to left. Tamanitic was written right to left, left to right, or boustrophedon. Thamudis C and D were usually written vertically downwards. Safetic, Hismaic, and Thamudis B were written in any direction, right to left, left to right, vertically downwards or upwards, even in circles, coils, and zigzags. Letter shapes may be reversed in lines running left to right, but not always in Safetic and Hismaic inscriptions. Punctuation. Most dialects were written continuously without spaces between words. Dardanitic monumental texts normally used a word divider, which looked like Dumeritic. Tamanitic and Dardanitic graffiti commonly but inconsistently used a word divider. Numbers were formed using combinations of 3 characters, 1, 10, and 20. For example, 9 was represented by the character for 1 repeated 9 times. 30 was represented by the character for 20 followed by the character for 10. They were written right to left. Unicode. The ancient North Arabian alphabets were added to the Unicode standard in June 2014 with the release of version 7.0. The Unicode block, called Old North Arabian, is U+10A8O U+10A9F. Note that U+10A9D Old North Arabian number 1 represents both the numeral 1 and a word divider. Literature. Los Akmer, H. Presence Arabi dans la croissance fertile avant la Jaya Paris. Editions Recherche sur les civilisations. ISBN 2-86538-254-0. MacDonald, M.C.A. Reflections on the Linguistic Map of Pre-Islamic Arabia, Arabian Archaeology and Epigraphy 11, 28-79. Scaglierini, F. The Dedanitic Inscriptions from Jabal Ikma in Northwestern Hejaz, Proceedings of the Seminar for Arabian Studies 29. 143-150, ISBN 2-503-50829-4. Winnett, F.V., and Reed, W.L., Ancient Records from North Arabia. Woodard, Roger D. Ancient Languages of Syria, Palestine and Arabia. Cambridge University Press 2008.